Our first story now. Thailand's political conflict reached a watershed a few weeks ago, with the Prime Minister Somchai Wongsawat forced to step down from office. Many now wonder who exactly is in charge. We'll get an answer on Monday, but in the meantime, Thailand's economy has taken a big hit, and no solution is in sight to the fundamental power struggle that's undermining the country's very stability.
Cheers and tears. The next stage of Thailand's political war begins to mixed emotions. A week ago Tuesday, after months of anti-government protests, the Constitutional Court disbanded the three ruling parties in the governing coalition and ousted Prime Minister Somchai Wongsawat in a vote fraud case. The verdict satisfied the protesters, led by the main opposition People's Alliance for Democracy. For a week, up to 10,000 of them had taken over Bangkok's two main airports. All commercial flights were cut off, and more than 300,000 foreign travellers were stranded. The protesters had accused Somchai of being the puppet of billionaire Thaksin Shinawatra, the former Prime Minister, convicted of corruption and other charges.
We are happy now. We are now go further.
The pro-Thaksin red shirts, with their strong rural support, were outraged.
I don't think it's fair for the Thailand people, for the poor people, you know.
The anti-government forces have won the battle, but may have lost the war. Analysts say that the way they brought down the government harms the image of Thai democracy.
Democracy allows the existence of political battles, but the precondition is that the battles should not ignore the interests and the stability of the society. The PAD got what they want, but at the same time they're setting a bad example in the process of Thai democracy.
The nation now awaits its third Prime Minister in 3 months. The main parties are lobbying for support ahead of the crucial vote. Some worry that the new election won't solve anything.
We will then get back to the same cycle of confrontation and brinkmanship. Because the dissolved party, People's Power Party, now has a new party called Pheu Thai Party, and it's a deja vu. We've seen this before. A prime minister has been ousted. There will be a new prime minister from the same party.
Members of parliament from the former ruling party, who have regrouped under the new name Pheu Thai, insist they can still muster a majority. The party says it could nominate a prime ministerial candidate from one of the smaller parties to calm the tensions. But most of the PPP's old coalition partners have said they will now join the main opposition Democrat Party and vote for its Oxford-educated leader, Abhisit Vejajiva.
We consider our position from the needs of public in general of where they want us to be. So we decide to support Democrat to lead the coalition.
44-year-old Abhisit Vejajiva joined the country's oldest party, the Democrats, in 1992 and at 27 became one of the youngest ever members of parliament. He rose in the party ranks and in popularity, especially among the educated in Bangkok, who took to his clean record, polite demeanour and good looks. In 2005, Abhisit assumed the party's leadership, and a year later, the Democrats boycotted elections called by Thaksin, saying they lacked legitimacy. Now he is clearly the #1 candidate for the top job. But Abhisit's rival deems him too young to lead.
But a man like him, I said, is an unripe, it's what you call, it's an unripe mango.
Anti-government protesters want to abandon the system of one person, one vote. They favour a mixed system in which most representatives are chosen by profession and social group. This is expected to widen the dangerous rift in Thai society.
If Abhisit and the opposition parties are able to keep the grassroots interests in mind and adopt some policies of great benefit to those people while uniting the urban middle class, then they can lead a comparatively stable government. Otherwise, the struggle between the pro-Thaksin red shirts and the mainly urban yellow shirts of the PAD goes on.
In 2007, the World Bank's Worldwide Governance Indicators, an annual ranking of countries, rated Thailand's political stability at only 16.8 out of 100. 4 years earlier, it was 44.7. And as Thailand's stability declines relative to regional peers, it loses investment's share to them. Thailand's benchmark stock index is down 44% since PAD's protests began 3 years ago. Political instability is clearly taking a toll on the country, made worse at a time where Asia is feeling the effects of the global economic crisis. Tourism, one of Thailand's biggest industries, stands to lose as much as $4 billion in revenue next year, and the economy may see negligible growth. The Thai politician Surin Pitsuwan, now Secretary General of ASEAN, says the economic cost will be significant.
The real economy certainly will suffer. The investment has already dried up for a few months, even before the full blown of the crisis. But what can really they do much when they are very much gripped with the political tension that they have been in.
ASEAN postponed its summit scheduled this month in Thailand until next March in the wake of the standoff. Surin says the nation will find a more stable and legitimate government at the end of the crisis, but its impact will be felt for some time.
I don't think it will be quick. I think it will take some time to find a balance, but at least it has avoided violence. They are going through soul searching, trying to find a way forward.
After restoring full operation a week ago Friday, Suvarnabhumi airport staff bade farewell to tourists with a banner of apology. But it will be some time before tourist confidence and that of the Thai people returns.
It's not just been a couple of weeks, it's been months of turmoil, and now many Thais say they're tired of those demonstrations. But what lies beneath this new calm? Is the current respite just a lull in the storm? And despite the appearance of a relatively smooth power transition, resolving Thailand's political crisis won't be easy. Coming up next, more stories here on World Insight. Stay with us after this break.